Uh, hey guys, this is a video where I want to go over my kind of folky version of Shine Jesus Shine by Graham Kendrick. Graham's version is really kind of arguably in the U2 vein of style, the electric guitars, and it sounds nice. It's a real nice version of it. My folky version, of course, is kind of, I don't know what to say, blocky countrified chords. Kind of. I have I did this recording, I don't remember how many years back, and it was kind of sloppy when I listened to it. It gives you an example. I mean, it's not useless. It gives you an example of what these two guitars might sound like together. You're playing the same chords. You're just playing them in the position that one guitar is playing it, and the positions that require it to be played with a capo on the 5th fret. Like a D chord becomes a G. So this is now that's a G. So I'll take off my capo so you can kind of hear what it is. So you can kind of hear how they're a G chord. Both positions are just different positions. And of course, this is like higher up on the octaves because it's higher strings, and so they sound okay together. I probably ought to do another recording where I really kind of refine things, just to make sure. I've got it. So I mapped. There's a tab map for both a guitar without a capo and with. So if you want two guitars and you want to get that going, and it kind of has, like I said, it has a folky sound to it. So it'll be like with the capo, it's going to be. So it's kind of basically chuggy. It kind of chugs along that kind of way. So your other guitar will be like. I mean, if you're playing where you keep the whole time, you can do and then back to the G, to the D chord. And when I charted it, I just charted G, C, G, D. Say that's the instrumental intro chords. That's what those are. So instead of being it kind of gives it a more. Whoops! I took my finger off the string. So I guess you're technically playing something more like a G add 9 chord, if I'm getting any closer to what it is, and then the G to the C add 9, and then it's a D suspended. And like I said, I need to record them together to really hear if they're harmonious enough to be played this way. So I might have to edit my tutorial, my tablature chord maps, because there might be, I guess what I'm saying is there might be a better way to do it. So say like, let's see the chorus. So. So it's like a G. Okay, so my chords I picked for the chorus are G, then a D with an F sharp in the bass, to an E minor, to an A minor, and then a D suspended D, D2, D. When the words Father's Glory, it's like there's kind of a chord change between every syllable of the statement Father's Glory. Same thing happens when it's, okay, flow river flow, flood the nations with grace and mercy. So grace and mercy. And you could just play it. You could just play a D chord throughout the whole thing. You could just, and you can. And I'm just doing that strumming, way of strumming as a way to just, you know, stick on that D suspended. And I've got a middle fingers resting between the E and A's during the D suspended, so it's only, and these notes are not doing anything. I kind of have to be careful because I have to bring my finger down to do the, unless I were to bar, maybe I guess I don't know. Anyway, but anyway, that's kind of a way to handle that. I'm trying to find, my camera angle's not even great here. That's what I should do. There we go. There's the whole guitar. So there's that during the chorus refrain. And in terms of doing the, where these two fingers are staying on the B and E strings the whole time, then I'm kind of a, so you can get that. And you could go. So that would be like a. And that kind of decision in terms of which bass notes you play, like the low versus the, they're both E's. It's just maybe your bass player has the low ground covered, so maybe you should do a, or maybe you should do the, that's something to figure out when you play it with your band. So don't get too married to the voicing shapes. You might want to, and I didn't mute my A string through that, so I kind of fudged that, but anyway. So as much as you can do the, you can do a, you can even do a, or even a, I mean, there's variations on chords, so experiment with variations and see what sounds the best there. And then you're with your second guitar with the capo on the 5th fret, you'll have to figure out what's best there too. There, so much as I'm giving you a way, I'm not giving you the way. There's many ways. So anyway, but yeah, so that's for the chorus, and really that's about the whole song. It's the, I call it the chorus / refrain, because I guess it's refrain. I mean, it's the exact same words over and over and over. I mean, which most choruses pretty much tend to be in most songs. In a lot of songs anyway. Usually the sort of the main idea of the song is always repeated in the chorus or whatever. But yeah, I guess that's about all I have to say about this. My chord maps, the numbers look a slightest bit jumbled, but they're pretty well together enough to where I'm not too ashamed of the way they look. I'm gonna post pictures on my on the I don't know, the posts section of the channel, so you can preview it that way, or you can just use the link and look at them that way. There's more. That's another way to do it. But yeah, I don't know. I probably need a lesson video that includes the two guitars together and letting you know what they sound like together, so you can, if you are shaky about your playing or these two things together, you can feel like, okay, he's worked out all the bugs, here's a good sounding version of it, and I can feel good about it too. I feel like I gave you a good way to go about this song. So Anyway, so in a way, the chart is there. I don't know if it's the final form of it, or yeah. So, but this got things moved along. The chart's got the chords in blue, the words are in black. The different parts are labeled. Verse 1, the chorus is the sort of instrumental intro that I gave this, and outro and all that. So you can say, if you're with your band and you're practicing, let's start at verse 2, or let's start at the repeated instrumental intro. So hopefully all my labels stand out and they're distinct, and they make it easy to use as a practicing tool, whether you're by yourself or you're with your group. So, okay. Anyway, anything I could have done better. I don't feel like this is finished. I feel like I need to do a video so you can have some audible examples to go by, but that's probably about all I can say, and I can wrap this video up. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks again.